Hello everyone, yes it is Paul Third, I am back again, Mixing Wednesdays, no plug-in shoutouts this week, okay, but before you go, well I'm done, right, I'm only here for plug-in shoutouts, right, there's plenty more plug-in shoutouts coming out, but guys, it's Black Friday, Black Friday's coming, it's coming, okay, and I want to be that one YouTuber that is going to be honest, and I'm going to sit there and tell you that I'm going to spend money, right? I am tight, I am super tight, but I'm going to spend money on Black Friday because there's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of plugins that I've got my eye on, and lots of plugins that I hope come on a good deal on Black Friday, okay? So today I'm going to speak about the 10 plugins that I've got my eye on, and again I'm going to have the actual RRP prices, the normal prices, somewhere on the screen as well, so you guys can actually know what the prices are just now, just in case you don't give a shit about Black Friday and want to buy it. So yes, these are the plugins that I've got my eye on, that I want to use, and again, hopefully I'll give you some plugin ideas, and hopefully these plugins do come on a deal. But I'm not going to buy them all, but I'm waiting to see which ones do come on a Black Friday deal. So let's get into it. This is my top 10 Black Friday deals that I hope to God are going to happen. So let's get straight into it in no particular order, okay? So let's say number one, okay? So the first plugin that I've got my eyes on, I've had my eyes on it for a very, very, very long time.
Oh my god, can you please go on a deal? Can you please go on a deal?
Sooth, okay? It never, ever goes on fucking discount, right? Everybody uses it, okay? And it really annoys me because loads of YouTubers use it, and I know they use it because they got sent to review. Now, I have not got enough subscribers, so, and again, even though I am very close, 23 where I am right now, right? Again, I might be on more by the time it comes Wednesday, but I only need 23 more subscribers, to get to 1,000, and then hopefully get the channel monetized. So if you've not subscribed, just to let you know, I know there's no plug-in shootouts today, but there is crap ton of plug-in shootouts. There's a Mixing Wednesday playlist. I'll stick a link up to it in the description and up here as well, just so you guys, and again at the end of the video, at the end screen, there'll be a little link for you as well, and you can check out all the plug-in shootouts. Honestly, if you're not subscribed, you have missed so much, okay? So for anybody who doesn't know, Sooth is basically, think of it as a deharsher, okay? That's basically what it does. It's an intelligent deharsher. It takes away all the harshness from tracks. People use it on vocals, people use it on individual tracks mostly. You'll find it on acoustic guitars and vocals, and again electric guitars as well. And again, a lot of people I've heard saying, oh, you don't need to like subtractive EQ and stuff. No, you still need to use subtractive EQ, okay? So I still like to have control and actually hear the frequencies that I don't want to take them down. But as an overall intelligent deharsher, it does a great job. I demoed it and actually used it on my first single. It did work well. I used it on a mix bus and on the electric guitar bus, and it did its job. It sounded cool. It's a good plugin, but if you use it early in the chain, it can kind of solve a lot of problems out, and it kind of saves you doing a lot of work. So Sooth, definitely one that I've got my eye on. Okay, so next up, and again it's kind of in the same vein, but taking out kind of harshness, would be the RX8. Now, in the other video that I've got going on today, which is talking all about the top 10 free plugins of 2020, because I do want to help you guys out, because obviously, okay, this is going to get smashed, okay, in November. So I'm helping you out, right, okay? So if you're kind of like, oh, I'm missing out on loads of deals, then know what, there actually are lots of free plugins out there that are fantastic, and it can make you feel a little bit better about yourself, okay? So check that out as well. Now, RX7 was a plugin that I actually got the elements, the stripped down version of RX7 for free this year. Would you believe it, okay? Now RX8s came out, we all know the fantastic stuff that can do. It's basically a noise reduction suite, but it does way more than that. It's probably the best out there. Costs a lot of money, but a good enough price I would buy it. Definitely I would buy it, because noise reduction is really important. And I'll give you a little tip very quickly, okay? Serban Guinea. There isn't a lot about Serban Guinea, okay? If you don't know about who Serban Guinea is, he's probably one of the most prestigious in terms of like Grammys and stuff, mixing engineer out there. He mixes fucking everything. Like in modern day, any big record, Serban Guinea is doing it, okay? Now his engineer was on Gear Slots, and he did say that he uses RX, okay? He uses the Isotope RX noise reduction suite before Serban even touches it. He takes all the noise out of everything that they're given. So just a little tip, okay? these big records are very, very clean, and noise reduction is very important, so it's definitely worth the money, but it's very expensive. So RX8 is something that I've got my eye on. Next up is Track Spacer from Waves Factory. This is, now by the way, this is actually at quite a good price, right? It's quite cheap, right? But if it was really, the only reason that I'm not paying full retail, because there was a time when it was like, I think it was like 20 quid, it was down to it. I was like, oh my god. It's like, so I'm hoping on Black Friday this comes down. That's just a very quick plugin I can buy. Track Spacer is really, really cool, because it's basically, here's the thing, you kind of can do the same thing with like a side chain multiband compressor, okay? Basically what it does is, think of it as a side chain multiband compressor, and it makes space for other instruments. So plugins like this are good because it gives you that kind of side chain multiband compression effect, ducking other things to kind of make room for other things, and it's quite a cool effect. That's all I'd say on that one. Okay. Right, then next up is Gulfos, right? The amount of people that use Gulfos is crazy. The thing of Gulfos is kind of like a finisher. Really, think of it as a finisher. But again, it's an intelligent kind of EQ that kind of can go through your mix in certain tracks, and like you put it in individual tracks and loads of different things. A lot of people use it on their mix buses and their masters. From what I've heard, especially in control room, a lot of big engineers are using this, and it's kind of a really good tool to use if you're kind of, sometimes if you're just kind of, you're at the end of a mix and you're just like, oh man, I've tweaked this to death and that's as good sound as I think I can get it. I don't want to tweak anything more. You can use a plugin like Gulfos, look at a few parameters, and I've just made that sound better. And again, it's a plugin you can bypass in and out, but seemingly it's probably one of the most intelligent kind of EQs on the market, and it's just, I've just heard so much about it, and so many guys use it and swear by it. I absolutely swear by it. It is expensive, but if that comes on, that'd definitely be something I'd be interested to do. Again, just to see if you can squeeze any more out of your mixes, and maybe highlight some of the things that you don't know that you've been missing. Okay, let's go into Compressorland, right? So, DMG Track Comp, right? The DMG Track Comp, I always struggle to say it. I'm quite proud of myself there. The DMG Track Comp, I've got a video on. There's an ultimate drum bus compressor shootout, and in most cases the compressors in the DMG won out. Oh my god, the Zener, I need to get it just for the Zener, right? Listen to that, right? I'd still say to this day, there's not a drum bus compressor out there that beats the DMG Zener. That snare is fucking always there, never ducks it. Again, it's got one of the best 1176s that I've heard. The DBX, didn't even get into the LA2As and stuff. I mean, in most cases it won, and it just sounds amazing, really, really good. And again, it's like, I think it's only like 90 quid, like retail. But again, if that comes on at like half price or 60% off, I'm buying that. Definitely buying it. Just for all the plugins alone. Again, the amount of plugins it's got is crazy. Watch that video, the Ultimate Drum Bus Compressor Shootout, and you can hear what most of those compressors sound like. You'll be so amazed at the value for money that you get with that. So DMG Track Comp, definitely one that I'm looking out for. Now, next up is Acoustica. Now, obviously you'd probably sit in there already going,
Acoustica videos you do.
and yes, for anybody knowing, right, okay, I don't receive money from Acoustica Audio for all these Acoustica Audio videos that I do, okay? See, all the guys that are on the Acoustica Facebook page, right, they bought that many plugins, right, that you then got onto tiers, right? I can't remember what tier I'm on just now, right? I can't remember what tier I'm on, right? But again, you get to a certain point, the more you spend, the more money you get off. You get 20, 30, 50% off and stuff like that. And then again, you've got stuff like codes, and then if you're with Control Room, you get 50% off anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's I know it's expensive to start out with, but the more you invest in Acoustica, the more money you get back. Now, the Acoustica Virgo is actually, no, it's not really Acoustica, but you buy it through Acoustica, and it's basically the cleanest, right? I would say it's probably the cleanest Fender twin sim that I've ever heard. Super clean. It's the probably cleanest amp that I've ever used. I use Bias FX quite a lot, and I cannot get the cleanliness in the low end. See, on plugins, I sometimes find if you crank it a little bit too hard, kind of like 8, then you go past 7, it kind of starts to sound a little bit woolly. This one's super clear, super clean, like boom in the low end. I actually used it on my second single, and it sounds amazing. The clarity there, the cleanliness, and it's just. So of Acoustica, I don't know if they do, again I've got Nebula as well, so I don't know, I'm starting to get in more into the Nebula stuff, so if they do a few Black Friday deals on the Nebula stuff, then Virgo is definitely something that I'm going to get because I love clean. I've got like overdrive pedals and overdrive plugins that I could use, so that's definitely one that I want to get my hands on. And then next up, we've got some soft tube. So soft tube, I've already been doing early Black Friday deals. If you're on my community page, again, if you're subscribed, right, subscribe, because if you're subscribed, then you're not going to miss out on any of the community stuff that I put up. So there's any plugins that come out in deals all year round, and I think it's a good deal, whether it be Acoustica, if it's Waves, if it's soft tube, if it's any manufacturer, Noise Ash, right, anybody, and I feel they're doing a good deal, I'll stick it up for you so you don't miss out on it. So if you're subscribed, then you will always get notified, right, because I do posts and then they'll show up in your feed, in your YouTube, okay? So make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? So if you check out the bus compressor shootout that I done, and it was like, what was it? Was it transparent, multiband, and kind of coloured compression, and from that video, again, I'll put it in the description, and again, I'll stick it up here as well. So in that kind of shootout, I love the transparency of that unit. I loved it on drums, and just the transparency of it and the intelligence of everything going on behind it. I think it's a great compressor. That Vice MM1 is fantastic. So I would definitely say if Soft Tube do the Vice MM1, which is a slimmed down version of the DS1 Mark II. I get confused by these looking letters and numbers. If Softtube do that, that's definitely something that I'm going to be thinking about. Right, so that's 7, right, okay, I can't count. Okay, so we've got 3 left, okay. So the last 3 plugins that I've got my eye on are as followed. So, Kush Audio, right? Kush Audio AR1. If you check out, you're probably going, you're just plugging all your old videos using this as an excuse. No, right, it's the reasons why I do these plugin shootouts, because I'm interested myself, right? I don't own all these plugins, okay? So I'm always wanting to find out what the best next plugin is, okay? So the Kush Audio AR1 is a emulation of the Listen Grove, which is an emulation of the Listen Grove hardware, which is an emulation of an emulation of an RS124, okay, but fully modified. Now, in terms of the saturation in that compressor, so if you check out the RS124 Altec 436B, fucking all these letters and numbers, man. If you check out that shootout, again, that's giving you a history lesson of the RS124 as well, and how the RS124s from Abbey Road are just modified Altec 436Bs. Again, you can check that out. And in there, I've got the Listen Grove, which again is the Kush AR1, and I talk about at the end of the video, and I show you the saturation. It's got some of the best saturation I've heard. Again, you can just imagine it on bass, on drums, anything. Use it on parallel. I can just imagine how good a compressor it is. I didn't like it as much as the Cream as a compressor, but as an overall colour box, it is superb, and I've definitely got my eye on that. So second last, okay, so second last, I do have plenty SSL G-Boss compressors, but the Overloud one is one of the best I've tried. And for me, when I'm on about mix bus, I always like to have some nice low end. I like to have that kick kind of coming out. I kind of feel that in a lot of SSL compressors that I've used, especially the Townhouse, I kind of feel like it lacks in the low end, where the Overloud one just did it for me. And again, there is an Overloud shootout as well. It's actually the video that's not done the best, and I think it's because loads of people don't search for Overloud. Guys, watch that video on Overloud, right? Overloud do some crazy plugins, right? Fantastic, some of the best out there. Low CPU, right? Again, the Fairchild, between that and the Acoustica Ultramarine, very close. Just prefer the Acoustica Ultramarine, but CPU wise, you're talking sometimes like 2-3%. I'm talking really high quality algorithmic plugins, but really low CPU. Check out that plugins, guys. Like, honestly, guys, check out that video, right? Great plugins, okay? And that G-Bus compressor is one of the best. I go back and forth between that and the Slate FG Grey. So if I can get my hands on Overloud do a Black Friday deal on the G-Bus comp, I would definitely start using that G-Bus comp on my mix bus. I like what it does to the highs and the lows. It's a great sounding compressor. And somebody else left a comment to me to tell me that, you know what, after this video they demoed it and they bought it themselves. So that's definitely something that I've got an eye on. And the last one, last but not least, and you guys will be shocked that I don't own this, okay? Now I have a subtractive EQ shootout that's talking all about the best subtractive EQs, right? So analog or digital, okay? So you've got the analog emulations, and I did that against the Acoustica Green and the Plugin Alliance AMEC, which are all meant to be kind of emulating the GML 8200. And then I did the digital linear EQs, so it's basically non-linear versus linear, and that was doing the Fab filter and the Waves F6. Now, from that shootout, you can definitely hear the difference, that the Fab filter sounds fucking amazing, and it is clearer. And I don't know if it's oversampling or it's just the coding, but it is way 10 times, 100 times better than the Waves F6. Definitely, in terms of subtractive EQ, it just sounds clearer for me. That's what I would use it on. And the amount of features, and it's probably got the most bands I've ever seen on an EQ. So many different bands to choose from, so many cool features. You all know about FabFilter, okay? And you're probably going, you don't need to tell me, Paul, right? We all own FabFilter. But I don't own FabFilter. And if it does come on a great price, then I am definitely going to consider buying it. It needs to be a pretty good price, but the amount of stuff you can do with it is crazy. And yeah, I would love to have it, especially if the Acoustica Audio Green. Again, the problem is you're limited to like 5 bands, but if I want to do more subtractions, then again the FabFilter would win out every day of the week. So it's definitely something that I've got my eye on. So there you go. There's the 10 plugins that I am hoping come on very good deals. They'd be fucking pretty good deals, but sometimes you get mental deals that come on. Some plugins are never on a discount, and you know, like it's only maybe this one time of the year that you're going to get it. But down below, tell me the plugins that you're wanting to see and the plugins you're hoping come on really cool deals, because there might be plugins that I've forgotten about. But yes, those are the plugins that I am looking to buy. I'm not obviously going to buy them all because they'd be fucking skint. Just for me, guys, just to kind of look after it, right? It's tight. Coronavirus is here, right? It's not going anywhere, guys, right? Again, it's depressing, it's morbid, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon. If something comes on a really good deal and you really want it and you know it's going to benefit your mixes and it's definitely going to change your mixes for the better and it's at a good enough price, then yeah, buy it, but don't overdo it. Don't buy something just because it's the only time it's going to come on sale this year, right? Christmas is on the corner. You don't know how long you just don't know what's going to happen with your job. You don't know if your business is going to go under. You just don't know, right? It's a tough time. So make decisions wisely, make good choices, guys, and yeah, I hope you get a banging deal on Black Friday. And if you've saved, even better. I've saved a little bit back purposely for this, so I wasn't kind of outdoing, wasn't kind of taking presents away from the kids because Daddy wants a few more plugins. So guys, take it easy, and again, please like this video and subscribe, because the more you like this video, the more YouTube will push it out. So like, subscribe, hopefully the next time you see me, I'm on 1,000 subscribers, 23 away. So if you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, tell your pals, get sharing it, and help me out, because as soon as I get this monetized, the more I can put into this, and there is real analog versus digital shoutouts coming out, okay? I do promise you, okay? So guys, have a good one, and I'll hopefully see you again next week.